Hi, I'm Manu Rajvanshi from Unvention Meditation. Our website is www.unvention.com, where we have a lot of topic about meditation, about life, about different things which relate to us. Today we are going to talk about the test of life. And just like there is everything, there is a test. When we are in a school, we clear a test and we go to the next grade. Before going to any profession, we have to clear certain tests and we need to prove that we know sufficiently to be able to practice them. It's like a bar exam, to be able to practice as a lawyer, medical school, to be a doctor. And then later on also in our life we need to give different tests. Like for a job, we give a job interview, some written test, and if we sufficiently prove our skills, expertise or knowledge, we get that position. So we get tested, and there is a way to test everything. But in life generally we don't come across anything called like test of life. I think it's very important to have that test as well, which we can self-evaluate. We can really see that is our life working, and if it is not working, what to do? Do we need any change? Which area is not working? So we need to periodically test our life, preferably at least once in a year, by the end of the year. And we bring the changes in the new year if we want change much quicker, if there are major issues with our life, if we are really totally unhappy, miserable, feeling of failure, depressed, having a lot of challenges, then we can do periodic test depending on, say, monthly or weekly, and see that can we put things back on track. There might be many different aspects of life, and there can be many questions in that test. But to begin with, the simplest test, the core test, has 5 questions. And those 5 questions has an answer yes or no. You can take our time to think, but if they are in a zone of no, then something is wrong and we should do something to make them in the zone of yes. So it's a simple test, but it's very effective and powerful. And it brings that clarity. If there is a problem, where is the problem? Which area there is a problem? And then we can go deeper beyond these 5 questions, like a sub-question. And that can throw much more specific light. That's like a diagnosis which we can really further investigate. But if some area is working fine, if the answer is yes, then we don't need to go too much deeper. We need to save our time, effort and energies to the area which are not working. So let's tag the questions. Let's see clearly one by one what they are and what the answers are. And I will go a little bit slower so you can have your own answer handy. I'm telling you the question. The first question is, which is the most important, are you happy? I think happiness is the key. Whatever we work, whatever we struggle hard, whatever we aspire, ultimately we want to be happy. So if we are happy, that is very good. That means we are really doing somewhere something right and correct and getting the effect of happiness. But if we are not happy, then we need to see what is not making us happy. Again, then we can go deeper if the answer is no to this first question. And okay, what makes you happy? Do you know what makes you happy? And if you know what makes you happy, are you doing that? And we can go further, deeper and deeper, and finally identify the real block or the problem point. And then it's very easy to then find a solution, because then we are smart enough to really make a change, exactly fix it and make the maximum impact in the life, rather than just being clueless or working on too many things or working not on right things. We really work on the problem and figure out the solution. We move to the second question, which is, are you satisfied? That question is important because we can be happy without satisfaction. Satisfaction is more permanent. Satisfaction is a feeling of contentment, feeling of of comfort, feeling of accomplishment. And if we are not satisfied, then we are disturbed internally, and we can suppress it. We can be superficially happy, but we cannot be truly internally happy. So satisfaction is very important, and if we are not satisfied, we should move in the direction of satisfaction, where we ultimately get satisfied. And if the answer is no, if we are not satisfied, we need to probe further. So what makes us satisfied? What's the satisfaction criteria? Is it honest, or is it just like we play a game? Sometimes we say, okay, this is the thing, this is the scope, we can be satisfied, but then when we reach there, we again become greedy and we get into that unlimited loop, which we also should come out of that vicious cycle. So are we very clear about what makes us satisfied? And also we can probe further that, is it realistic, is it achievable, something which is doable. So these things are very important. Then we move to the third question. Are we successful? I mean, success, in a way, one could be success from your side, but the other way, the success could be externally, like from other people's point of view, parents, your family, and sometimes you can be burdened by these expectations to make them feel enough, that they think that you are successful enough, that you do not bring in shame to them. So are you successful has a two version, but still ultimately, because our questions has only two answers, yes or no. So overall, what's the answer? I think important thing is that, are you able to define success? What is important for you? If external expectations are important, but are you able to clearly define the success criteria there? So if the answer is yes, that's great. That means that obviously you maybe sacrificed many things in your life and you worked hard for that success and you are able to do it. But if the answer is no, then you first dig out that actual criteria. Success defined by you, success defined from the people who are important for you in your life. And then one by one, look into the plan, how to be there, how to be successful. So I think ultimately that will result into the happiness and satisfaction for you and people around you. Let's move to the fourth question, which is quite important, very deep. Question is, are you clear? And the meaning of the question is that, do you have a clarity about your life purpose, what your true passion is, or if you have multiple true passions, what are your passions, what are your liking, your dislikings. So you know yourself pretty well. Like, are you aware about your own self? If you're not clear, I think this is the first thing you should do to bring clarity. Because if you are clear, then you can be obviously in a true, permanent, right success. It's not that you reach something which you call success, but then again you are unsatisfied, you are unhappy, and then again you chase something else, and again you realize that this is not what you have been hoping, anticipating, and you keep on moving like this. So it's very important to be clear. What is your life purpose, and what you really are here to do and born for, and do you do that thing every day from the time you wake up, or at least quite a bit of your working wakeful hours. So it's very important that, are you living your life, are you clear about it, and success and failure might be something, a fact, but ultimately you will be satisfied and happy. At least that is guaranteed out of that analysis. So let's move to our fifth and final question, which is quite significant. The question is, are you ready? Which means, like, are you prepared as of now? And this question means that if by chance you have to lose your life, or your life comes to an end, do you think that you have been able to do what you wanted to do with it. Because life is finite, at least now currently the world we live in and the medical facilities we have, we know that we are going to grow old and one day we are going to die. So we have a finite life. Again, quantity could differ for different people, but ultimately it's about the meaning of the life and what we wanted with it, and are we doing what we want with it. So if the question fourth obviously comes first, that are you clear? But once we have a clarity, are we able to live that life well? Do we have regrets? Or at least we can have a satisfaction that we tried our best. So this question again you can keep on asking every day, and it's very important that you cannot postpone your dreams forever. And the earlier you start, the better it will be for you, because then even if you take longer, you have much more chances to be there where you want to be. So these are the main 5 questions which comprises what we call a test of life, and it's a self-test, and there is no as such, there are no external parties to tell you that you are pass or fail. But when you say, if you get all yes, which means that obviously your life is perfect and you really aced your life and you lived your life to the best and full, and you are happy, satisfied, successful, you are clear, and you are also very much well accomplished. But on the other hand, if the answers are no to majority of them, if all of them the answers are no, then you need to take one at a time. And I will suggest you first take maybe are you clear? Are you clear with your life purpose, your passions, and then you move to your the other questions, like then you can define your success criteria, so you work on it, and then your satisfaction criteria and your happiness criteria, and one by one you can move in that direction. And finally, like if you have more yes, then over the period of time you see a progress, and your life is worth living. It has some focus, it has some growth, and there are challenges, but again you know where you are going, so you can sleep peacefully that you do your best, and you will ultimately pass and do well in the test of life. For more information, you can check the website www.unvention.com. is the word invention, you remove the I and you put the word A, so it's ANVENTION. If you want to go directly to this topic, you can go to www.unvention.com/test of life. So this is Manu Rajvanshi, and I wish you well on the journey of life, and I hope that you clear this test of life well with high grades. Have a great day.